Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Life is Better with Music with Gavin and Mitchell. Okay, comp week. Lots of
Sure.
band this weekend. Lots and lots of band. Um, we had the first Bands of America, the first four Bands of America regionals. Yeah, they're all regionals, so no like big dog super regional just yet. But we got four regional championships. We got one from Clarksville, New Mexico, Central Ohio, which I could have gone to, but I had my pageant of bands I had to do, and then South Texas.
Yeehaw.
Um, Before we jump on there, we got a lot of Hades stuff happening in the background. Lots of cool things. Excited to start finishing that up as we approach November for the release. Um, if you haven't gotten a T-shirt yet, go to the website. Links always in the description and on all our social media, so you can always find it. So, where do you want to start? Do you want to start Bands of America first? Because there's a lot of things that surprise me with that.
What would you like to do first? I'll leave it up to you.
I mean, I would just briefly go over what Pageant's band was like.
Okay, yeah, we can do that, and then
Um,
yeah, we'll
so
just start with local first.
so OMEA, we had a pageant of bands for Licking Heights at our school. I was the band checking guy, so I checked in all like the buses and the directors, and had my like group of kids like write LH on their like inner wrist, so like they could get in and out of the stadium when they're out of uniform. Um, we had like I think 9 bands plus us, so
Nice.
about 10 performers, and maybe like it's around that number, about nine,
Yeah,
10 bands.
it's not a bad
Um,
turnout.
we performed, got comments, but we didn't get trophies obviously because we bought the trophies, so it'd be kind of silly for us to keep them. It's just
Why
like
not? Just keep them.
any home show, you shouldn't keep your own trophies. Like Tarpon, we had OMF, we didn't do it. So our winner, our grand champion at ours was Tays Valley High School. Um, they One of my coworkers actually helped with that band as well for the color guard. Um, but they qualified for states, so congratulations to them. And we also qualified for states with our performance and got straight ones. And in Ohio, that's a superior. Straight ones across the board, and from all seven judges, straight ones. So that's good. Up here, we had critique. So it was my first time actually getting to sit in on a critique, which is really cool. Um, I got applauded for visual. They said I have a great group. Word for word, he says you have a really great unit, and I can't wait to see what you do with this unit through the rest of the season. And I was
Unit.
like,
What a unit.
woo! And I told the kids today, like I was like, listen, we're gonna start firing off. Mr. Ray is in competition mode now, so we're gonna boom 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 boom. We're gonna go. We're gonna do a lot in a short amount of time and add a lot of definition and clarity, and we're gonna get better and better and better because I'm coming for that best visual. I'm coming for it. I
There you
want
go.
it, and I want every visual judge that judges like our band to have like nothing to say visually. The only comment I got visually that was like not a good comment was I think some of the he's like I think some of the band doesn't fully understand what your open second distance wise needs to be. So it's and today that was the first thing I said. I'm like, listen, go to parade rest. Now go to open second because I call open second a little past the shoulder, so like your plies are easier to do, lunges look better, and you have more range of motion.
Right.
So, so I was like, listen, it's not parade rest. We clarified this before. We said we'd never have this conversation again, but
But here we are.
here we are.
It's
And
fine.
I said, I better not hear this next week. I better not. And that was pretty much it. Shane Matthews, our percussion guy, he got like all great comments for percussion. So
Good.
sweet, our drum line's doing great. They're undefeated, so we're doing pretty good on that front. But qualifying for states, our first competition of the season, though we were hosting it. but the judges still qualified us because again, it's we can't get a placement, but we can get like qualified for states that way.
Yeah.
Because we were technically competing because we still wanted to see like what we rated that night.
Yeah.
And that's only with the first three movements. We started putting part four out today, so
There you go.
um, so that great weekend for us. Qualified for states. Taze Valley did as well, so congratulations to them. Um, and I guess we'll stick to Ohio real quick, and we're gonna jump to BOA real quick. We'll stick in
Okay.
Ohio. Um, let's address Ohio. Oh, Betts over here. I So here's our finals results.
That's a little
Um,
weird.
I okay, so I was expecting Franklin Central to win
Really?
personally. I
Interesting.
They're a great program.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Um,
Did
all
you
of them. I
guys
mean, all
watch
these
it?
schools are.
Were you guys streaming it, or was someone streaming it?
I mean, I watched like a couple shows throughout the day. Like
Was someone
some
just did someone have it?
one of my like students had it, so I
Oh,
was like
okay.
kind of like just looking here and there. But I was really busy,
Right,
um,
yeah.
eating pizza and running around, telling
Doing the
bands where to
thing.
go. Like go
Super
calling,
busy.
hey,
Super
this
busy.
band's here.
Super busy.
But even Mr. Matthews, our percussion guy, Shane, he was also pretty surprised, and like he's like they like Franklin Central got outstanding music, Noblesville High School got outstanding visual, and they're fourth and fifth, and then general effect we know in BOA that's how you win. GE, the whole picture put together. Lakota West took it all, which congratulations to them. I just
Yeah.
thought like because if you look at third, fourth, and fifth, and even second, it's all
Yeah.
very close. But mainly that third to fifth mark, that is
Yeah.
such a tight score gap. So
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they're feeding their kids over at Campbell County, but I was shocked. Kentucky represent, that's hype. Um, I was honestly kind of shocked that Noblesville got fourth. I'm gonna be honest with you, from what
well, I
everyone was
think
telling, what
this
everyone
should
I
be
was
higher.
getting.
I mean, they have captions. Like you would expect
Right.
your caption winners to be your top three, maybe four, but
Apparently, apparently it was just super close in music and vision. GE was just that difference.
and
We could pull up the recaps.
yeah, right here. So
Oh, I was gonna say I would just use the horn rank ones because
I,
it's so
well,
much.
I have
It's a lot
well,
easier to
I
read.
have the click right here,
Oh, that's
and
fair.
so everyone can see it. So stop trying to confuse things.
I'm
Um,
so sorry.
so here we go. Lakota West, first place. So their GE was a 43.8. Music 1 and Music 2, 15 and 14. Viz 14. So I mean they had pretty like good scores for that, which is why they came up on top. It's because
Right.
their visual and their music was on top of it. But if you look at say Franklin Central High School,
Yeah.
the
They won in
GE,
overall music. Oh, the
yeah,
GE. We're looking at the GE. Yeah.
yeah, GE's about 2 points down. Um, the Viz is a little lower. Um, the overall music like is music totals up here. You have also your music performance as well. So it's like all of these things like added up, but it's just like you still expect your caption winners to be like your top three, but who was second place? Campbell.
Campbell County. Yeah.
Yeah, because then if you look, they have like music total and like the general effect caption like 28.6 in comparison to Franklin Central with 28.1, and then visual performance like the average like it's and you can see like yeah 15.3 here, 14.9 here, so it's those
Yeah.
point gaps that yeah you maybe did great in a certain caption but your other two captions suffered,
Yeah.
and that's what spawned that to happen.
I mean,
No
for
one
Noblesville, that's still really solid for probably for their second full year or their third full year of being a track
Mm-hmm.
band,
Oh yeah.
or not being a track, being a full
Yeah.
comp band. That's still fantastic to be fourth place at a BOA
Oh yeah.
regional. And this bodes well for them. I think this really bodes well for them. I think this gives them a strong springboard to use for Indy Super as well as the state circuit.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're going to be trying to get back into state finals this year, and they're going to have, I think they're going to have some steep competition.
Oh yeah.
As I, there's a couple of groups that really caught my eye this weekend. Actually, correction, there's only one group that really caught my eye this weekend, but we could talk about that in a second.
I mean, Obet's very interesting. Again, I thought the placements would be kind of different.
Who did
Just
you think? What did you think?
I thought. I mean, Franklin Central High School is like pretty good,
I was
and
gonna say, like,
like I
I
didn't
was not
expect
expecting
Lakota
that.
West to just come out of nowhere and just take it, and that's
I
where
thought it
I
was
was like,
either Noblesville or Lakota West that would take it. I think that was my understanding, and whoever didn't was second, and Miamisburg would be a close third.
I mean, I just think if you're taking captions,
You should be
that
top three.
you should be top three, which is
Yeah,
why I'm like, okay,
you're right.
well, then maybe it's debatable that Franklin Central and Noblesville deserve those captions. Maybe Miamisburg and Campbell deserved them more. Just
Let's look
judges
at though,
disagree.
but let's look at the performance schedule. So where are those two captions? I think that, and I'm not going to discredit either group. They won the caption, cool.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think that what ended up happening is more of a, oh crap, we kind of scored these groups a little higher than we wanted to, or we gave them a little bit of a higher score than we wanted to, or think they deserved, and now
We
we're gonna
love
pay for it.
judging.
And then Lakota West is gonna pay for it in terms of maybe they don't take the music caption or the visual caption. Maybe they were, underestimating. I don't know. Maybe I feel like that could be a possibility of what happened. But again, I'm not going to discredit either any of these groups because I think they all deserved it. I think any random order, I could see it. I haven't exactly seen the Noblesville show yet. I have to go try to find the YouTube clip, um, and see if they got anything out there, if something's out there on the web right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to see if they really did indeed. I got to compare the top three and say, hey, did they actually move the best?
And again, judges can't catch everything. So like, while you're a viewer, you catch these things that judges either don't want to catch or don't catch. Like
Right.
it's and that's just the judge's eye. It's like selective looking. That's just like selective hearing,
Yeah.
and it's the same thing. And that's I mean we all know how judging is with anything.
Yeah.
There's always bias thrown in there at some point. As much as we want to say there's not,
There it is.
there always is. Um, but I mean overall, very great show. Again, I haven't gotten to watch every school just yet. I've been kind of watching them throughout the last 2 days. Um,
I was gonna say, send me any of the videos that you've seen
okay.
because I want to look and see it. I want to see Noblesville. I want to see Franklin Central. And I want to see Lakota West, and I want to see Campbell County too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Actually, fun fact: Youngstown State University performing an exhibition. Their band earlier in the day was at the UK football game because UK played Youngstown State, and they brought their entire band to our game, and they went from Lexington just straight up to Columbus and
Heck yeah.
played at the BOA show. Good for them.
Heck yeah.
Good for them.
But I mean, overall in Ohio, obviously there's a bunch more competitions going on across the board. But these two closest to me, that's great results. I know Hilliard Bradley, they're right up the road from me. Um, I don't know. I can't remember if it was Bradley or one of the other Hilliard. There's like
I
three
think it was
Hilliard.
Bradley. I think it was Bradley.
Well, you didn't hear what I was gonna say. It was one of the three Hilliard high schools that I was gonna end up working for, but
Oh,
in this side of Columbus, it's like 21. So I went to the next county over, which is why I work with the Licking Heights because it's
Hmm.
not 21 over there. Um, but overall, great great day in Ohio on
Oh,
Saturday. So
100%.
lots of great band. But from there, where do you want to go now?
Let's just stay on the BOA track.
Stay on the BOA track. Which
Yeah, we
one?
ball.
We'll go
Let's go with
South
Clarksville.
Texas.
Oh, okay. Yeehaw.
We're gonna go
Yeehaw.
South Texas.
Yeehaw.
Sorry, Mitchell.
Oh, man.
So here's our finals results.
I don't know most of these high
Sweeping
schools.
captions.
Bro, someone get the broom.
Caesar swept. Um, Lots more 70s over here, obviously, but it's Texas. So
I was gonna say I have a long
oh, there's
lasting
a
theory.
tie. There's a tie.
Oh, that's lovely.
There's a
That is
tie.
that is
So
absolutely
I
fantastic.
assume Del Rio had a higher GE
GE score,
because
yep.
that's how it works in Bands of
I
America.
have a long lasting and long I think that the I have a theory that the scores in Texas, no matter what week, are inflated.
I agree.
Because
It's because Texas treats it as like, oh, this is Texas, and if we came up to BOA and Indianapolis, we beat you because our score's higher. I'm like, okay, well, judge panels are different,
fun fact, you
states are
didn't.
different. Indianapolis is going to be completely different than where is
Oh
this?
no, Ronald Reagan 2018. Oh no, they didn't earn 21, Hebron 21, which I think Hebron might have actually been
And
broken out.
and I'm
21.
not
I'll say it.
doubting that like a Texas band can come up and win, but you can't just say, "Oh, if we came up, we would have won." If you did
Now,
not come up, just
you
stay out of it. If you didn't come to Grand Nats, stay out of it because even if you scored higher in Texas, that's a different judge panel.
that's a
It's a
different
different
judge
state
panel. That's a
circuit
different
too.
competition.
Like
That's
it's a
a
diff.
different, well, it's not
Texas is a
even
different
that.
breed. It's a whole Texas
The
BOA is its
reason
own
they're
thing.
the reason they inflate the scores at San Antonio is because a lot of times it's each band's last performance. So they do that. However, do I agree with that? No, you should have given them the score that they deserve. You shouldn't just sugarcoat it. You should give them the score that they deserve. That's what I need. That's what I believe in, and that's why I hate seeing like, oh wow, we popped a stupid 98 at San Antonio. Okay, bud, you got a 98 at San Antonio. Your scores are most of the time inflated. Peace and love, but the scores are inflated.
And
Calm down.
okay, and this is just going off onto a side tangent here. Like, like look at the GE total in comparison to like music performance total and visual. And again, that we had this conversation with DCI how we think it needs to kind of get leveled out a little bit more, not by much, but we need to bring GE down a little bit and boost music and biz.
Maybe like
Because
5 points because
yeah,
it's right now it's 20 60. Maybe you go 22 and a half, 22 and a half, 55 or something.
or even
Or
25, 25,
right.
50,
Yeah.
like pushing that. Because again, it's like general effect, it's the overall production of the show design, the how it performed, does it execute well, drill, visual, all this put together. So yeah, I agree that it needs a high score. But if we also are caring so much about the individual performance and the ensemble performance that gets thrown into that, the band, if they perform musically a little better, then they should be awarded a little bit more for it. And it's like
Right.
that's where I've entered the where it's like, okay, I think the scores need to get leveled out just a little bit because it's like I don't
I'm
want
gonna
general like
offer up a point of count. I'm gonna offer up a counterpoint here, and it's not. I'm not saying that I don't agree with you, but I'm gonna say that in theory, the band that has the best general effect probably may or may not be the band that marches or plays the best because, you know, you get more applause for doing whatever the best. You get more applause for doing it fantastically.
yes, but again,
No,
when you
I
throw
agree
that
with you.
into
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
when you throw that into the picture, we also got to remember like yeah, the show could be go, but remember, there's a way to go GE and still have a crappy music book and crappy visual book, and that's where those captions get thrown in there as
Yeah,
well to all that going on. But if a band has a lesser fun show and is going competitively, Blue Devils in some cases, and certain drum corps in certain cases, and high schools in certain cases, they dumb down their music and visual and go all out general effect, and they still win. I think the harder books should win if they're performing it at a high level. That's why I think the scores need to be shifted so those bands who are playing harder music like Tarpon, those woodwind
right.
features are insane. They're doing choreography, this and that. But then, say another band does something better general effect wise,
Hmm.
and we've seen shows with like crappy books and good GE win, and then vice versa too. And that's where it's like, can we level it out more so we don't kind of have that? It's like
No, I get it. I completely get that.
I just think
I was just playing devil's advocate there at that point in
like
time.
20 for music and 20 for visual. At that point, we should just make the whole scorebook GE because there's a music in general effect and there's also visual in general effect as well. So at
Hmm.
that point, it's like, let's not care about the music and visual book because it seems that we tend to throw that out the window anyway. And it's like, in theory, if someone got perfect GE, like perfect GE in a world, and got like a 10 in music, there's a universe where they could still win. It's like, depending on the groups performing, it could still win. Like it's, and that's where I'm like, see, there's a problem with that. And I think, like, yeah, because a lot of bands average that like 14 range, 15, like
And
pushing that.
I'm gonna offer up again another devil's advocate. If they're playing their music the best, they should probably get GE because if you're playing it cleanly, it should get more credit.
But that's also where you throw the audience
Right.
reaction in, and
Yeah,
sometimes
and in
sometimes the
theory,
audience is impressed with the simple things and not the hard things.
right.
Like sometimes the most simple things, like chords coming forward at, you know, front line, company front coming forward, just a chord, will be more impressive to some people than like bands like choreography, jazz running with like 16th notes. And that's where I'm like, the audience, sometimes the audience doesn't fully understand. Because again, GE, that throws, like, audience is kind of thrown in there because the judges look at the audience's reaction. They see if, oh, maybe I don't like it, but if the audience likes it, that's a whole nother thing. If it's getting, because if they see something works for the show and most of the audience has a great, boom, standing ovation for it, that may change a judge's mind and be like, huh, maybe I'm just the weird one. And because I mean, I've heard people talk about that before, and
Right.
that's something that happens. The audience can change a judge's mind, but then it's also like the judge is like, okay, well, that group did something more impressive and had a lesser reaction,
Hmm.
and that's where I think the music book, like, I just think overall in any environment of judging, it's like level out the field a little bit.
No, I
Twenty-two
agree with
point
you.
five, whatever, or 25, 25, 50, like something like that. I just think what 20, 20, 60, like that's it's like
I get that.
and then like the like how are you gonna count like individual visual and music, and it's like you
Yeah.
got like basically like four different music judges, and it's like so it's a whole thing. It's a in my opinion, there's a lot thrown into it that I think I think some schools, regardless of the performance, like we can bring back 2018. Like that was a year where it's like, what the hell was that judge? Like what the hell was that like judge? Like score placement. Like what was that? You have bands that everyone expected to be in top three, fourth and fifth, like,
Yeah.
and bands who no one expected to be in top three and top three, and then bands like in the bottom, like pushing up that we never expected to, and it's just like it's. I just think, and I will always have this judge rant, regardless of what circuit it is. I think
Oh my
things need to
God,
be.
hold on. Are you look at United High School? Oh, wait, never mind. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. I was thinking GE was 40. My bad. I
I mean,
was
it's close.
Well, no. I thought the total GE was 40 for a split second in my head, and I was like, what? Hold on now.
No,
Hold on.
that's point one away.
That's well, I was thinking like GE was total 40 like for a split second, and I saw that and I'm like, oh, hold on now. There's got to be an error. There's no way that a band gets 39.9 in GE first week, or like a point 0.1 off of perfect from GE first week.
And and this is also where like having so many judges is good, but also bad.
Yeah.
Because then you can have a judge that really loves the music general effect of a show,
And then they could rip
and then
you. The other one
hates
can
it,
rip you an absolute whole new one.
and then they add it up, and then your GE score is like 6 points lower than it should be,
Right.
roughly. It's like that's where I'm like, okay, well, if the music overall was technically good
Hmm.
in the music performance section,
Why is it not good in GE?
why is it not good based off personal belief in the GE? That because GE is personal
Oh, GE is
bias.
totally
It's
subjective.
it's
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 totally
whatever the
subjective.
judges like, and that's why people can play for the judges and march for the judges because you can see judge panels before, like sometimes before a show's even made. It's like you can see who you make a show for, and that's where, and you can also estimate who's gonna be there. You'd be like,
Yeah.
these are like the however many judges that you can pick from. We're gonna pick like these ones. Like, okay, we know what to do. Like, and that's how you do it. But, uh, I mean, congratulations to John B. Alexander High School. I mean, swept captions in Texas, so cool.
Yeehaw.
Um, Texas
Yeehaw.
sweeping captions is always great. Let's go New Mexico.
The stars at night are big and bright deep in the heart of Texas.
I mean, honestly, this East Lake High School from East Lake, Florida. No. So yeah, Clovis over here. They got
They're a
Visual and
solid group.
GE.
They're a solid group that's come out to St. Louis for a couple times. They've done a couple Texas regionals.
I mean, that's insane though, because if you think look at second place to third place. So
Man,
like
yeah,
that's
so it was
clear winner,
clear cut top
like
two.
clear top two. And I mean, even between these guys, it's still pretty close. It's point 0.4.
Yeah.
So that GE score obviously
Am I
has something.
shocked that a Texas band took music? No.
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 Where's this
They play
GE
too many.
score?
They play all the notes. They do all the notes. They play the thing.
Oh
Which,
yeah, GE was point 0.3 away.
oh,
That's
that's what would do
so.
it.
There's most of your points right there.
Right. How much did Clovis and oh God, Grapevine
Grapevine.
have splitting in music? Oh,
So
point two.
yeah, point 0.2. So
Right.
great. Yeah,
Right.
Grapevine took that. Dang. I mean,
And they were point zero 0.05 off. Eastlake was point zero 0.05 off of or Grapevine was, oh God, numbers, point 0.4 off of visual.
oh yeah. So
Oh,
like,
John Meehan was judging. That's the Blue Devils brass caption head.
oh, I'm
Oh,
kidding.
I love John.
um,
John Meehan is,
hey,
from what I can tell, is pretty cool.
John Phillips.
Bro,
Um,
is he still alive? John Phillips, is he still alive?
yeah, right here.
Hey, yo.
Um, I mean, a lot of great judge panels. I don't.
Yeah.
I forgot to save the judge panel I had again. Because after I was done checking in bands, Miss Meg Beavers and I, like the head director at Licking Heights, she picked me up from the other school because I was checking the buses and all that up the other school, and they would walk
Hmm.
over and picked me up on the little golf cart.
I was gonna say, you guys have a golf
Had to,
cart?
had to run around and do things, and then we
Oh,
went
I
to the
love that.
field during the judge break, and I was talking with like the on-field judges, which is cool, like the
Yeah.
timing and penalty judge, and like some the judges that prefer to be on the field, and then the rest of them were like, all up there because they were like, we want to see it from up here. So
Yeah,
obviously
national
the
prelims
ensemble.
last year. I went down because one of the UK professors, George Bolden, who unfortunately has passed away now. He was a Bands of America and DCI judge for countless years, and he was judging prelims. So like, I ran down to the first row, like right behind him during a judge break, or like during like a break in between bands. I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" He's like, "Oh, how you doing?" I'm like, "All right." He's like, what should I be listening for Carmel? And I'm like, good stuff.
Parkin' Barkin'.
No, no. You should be listening to a lot of beautiful music.
A lot of beautiful chords.
Hey, chords are chords. Chords are cool. Chords are fun.
That's
Ha ha
playing for
hee
the
hee.
judges. Chords are easier to do than 16th notes. Da bada 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 bada. Like it's not. It's it's a lot different.
Different
One and a three
styles.
and a three and a four and a. I think in time 16th notes across like 60
Man,
woodwind players is more impressive than an in tune chord. Just saying.
who knows? We'll see. We'll see this year on what they like more.
They're old judges. They like loud chords. It's not hard to be loud with a 300-person band. Just
True.
saying.
True.
But when you have a smaller band playing pretty good 16th notes in comparison to chords, I think it's more impressive.
We'll see what
Volume or not.
happens.
I will always dislike that version of Carmel. Sorry, bud. Oh,
This
Fallon
is
Township out here with the 77. Heck yeah. And Castle right underneath them with the 77 as
point
well.
one behind him. Man.
That has to hate. They had to have hated that.
Oh, I would have been kind of ticked in retreat. I would have been like, man,
Oh,
you kidding me
oh
right
yeah, they
now?
tied visual. I forgot. Yeah, they tied
Yep.
visual.
And it came down to whoever won GE.
But
Oh, wait. Oh,
heck yeah.
that's right. That happened at Indy Super Regional last year in finals. Carmel took music and visual, and Avon took GE, and Carmel eked out a win.
So it
So the
happens.
formula, the
It
formula is
sometimes
not
happens,
the
but
formula is not
98%
foolproof.
of 98% of the time, GE will win you. And it literally says it on the judge recaps. If you have GE and it's a tie, you get it. Like it says it. It says it. But yeah, O'Fallon and Castle, great programs. All of these programs great, but I mean, popping off 77s already.
Anderson County's really good out of Kentucky. They're probably in the top 10
DeSoto.
bands in the state. Murray is actually the defending 1A national champion
Heck yeah.
at BOA, so they were really solid. Let's look at the finals recap.
Yeah, so where's this music? Yeah, right here. Got that. Where is it at? Right here. I'm blind. Hold on. Where is it? Where they
Down,
at?
up, one, two, there, 15.05. There you go. There you go.
And then visual. Boom. Boom. Tie. And then the GE 46.3.
So 46.5.
Yeah, there. I mean, point 0.2 off GE, but if you look at that music score, look at that. Point
Yeah.
0.3. So
hmm That's where it
that's
came
what
out.
that's where it came out right there.
Oh,
Um,
Andrew Cook, one of the Carmel directors, is judging.
nice.
Yeah, we
Michael
love Mr. Cook.
Tarr. I know Michael Tarr. He was gonna 2020. He was one of our visual instructors.
Hmm.
Um, but then he didn't return for 21 for some reason. We don't know why. But he was like kind of like I kind of considered him like the co-visual caption head to Aaron Bailey. He was like really good. So
Really?
to see him judging, that's awesome. I didn't even know he was on that judge panel. Sweet. Yeah, Michael Brady Tarr. I love that guy. He was for the like the two camps I met him. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's all
And
right.
well, and then during COVID, he would send us like motivational videos and all that. Like be in his car, like, "Hey guys, it's Michael Brady Tar here,"
Oh God.
and and
Welcome to my vlog.
yeah, it was kind of like a vlog. He would be getting home
Welcome
from
to
like
my
work,
unboxing and ASMR.
but no, he would be like, like I'm very proud of you guys for what you did so far this season. It sucks that we're not going out, but proud of you anyway. But I mean, overall, great weekend for BOA. What do we got this week in BOA wise? Let's
Let's
see.
see.
We got we got Toledo,
Oh,
Austin,
Shenandoah,
another two Texas shows, and
Iowa.
Iowa. So we got four more shows, another Ohio show. Whoop whoop.
Who's going to Toledo? Let's see who's going to Toledo.
Uh,
Event details. There you go.
Beaver Creek. Uh,
Hamilton Southeastern, they're like 30 minutes from me. Homestead is gonna be good.
Plymouth,
Rockford,
Norwell, Kings,
Lake Central.
Homestead,
I definitely think Homestead's the front runner here.
Dixie Heights High School.
Hey, yo,
Hey, a school from New York. Victor High School.
Victor.
West
Yeah,
Virginia. Damn.
Mountain Mama, take me home.
Um, I mean, yeah, that would be a good show, definitely. Um,
I'm excited to see
obviously,
what Homestead has up their sleeve.
I know we already looked at all these, but
So Leander, Cedar Park, Cedar Ridge,
bunch of
Vandegrift,
more,
Vista
bunch of more.
Ridge.
Vandergrift winning.
Who knows? We'll see what happens.
I always think that's because that's Claudia Taylor Johnson's uniform from last year, right?
Yeah, that's the piano. That's the piano man.
I always thought that was
Sing us a
Josh who
song, you're the
marched.
piano man.
There, I always thought that was Josh because he marched Boston with me, and he
Hmm.
goes to Claudia Taylor, and that looks so much like him. And I literally sent him like a picture. I'm like, "Is that you?" Like, I can't tell. Like, I don't know if
Bruv.
it's you or not. Um, Other Texas show, Shenandoah,
The Woodlands will be there. Interesting.
Texas,
Stephen
Texas.
F. Austin. That's where
Got any?
Caswell is,
We
right?
got any? No, huh?
Stephen F. Austin. That's where Caswell is, right?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty
I don't
sure it
know.
is.
I didn't really follow where he went, so
Pearland's a solid program.
because he came from Capel, right, and then
Yeah.
came to Tarpon, and then he went
And
back
then
to
went back
Texas.
to
So,
Texas.
um,
Yeehaw!
no non-Texas groups. I don't think. I don't see
Sad.
anything.
Sad.
So that's just a Texas,
Texas
like
only.
big pot Texas, like crock pot. Iowa.
So the Bellevue's Lincoln. Oh, Lincoln Way. Lincoln Way is going to be good. I
Oh
think
yeah,
Lincoln Way wins this one.
Blue Valley. Oh, that's a nice stadium.
Yeah, it's okay.
It just looks nice. Don't be
It does.
picky, fool. And then we'll have Louisville the week
Loserville.
after that. Uh, Arizona, another Texas. Then Newark. Dallas has Fort Worth, Midland. Power Band. Um, St. Louis, North Texas, Johnson City, and Tarpon's going to that. I'm pretty sure still. North Carolina, and then super regional that shouldn't exist.
No, come on.
Orlando, Jacksonville, Waco,
Piscataway.
super regional San Antonio, Utah, and then Grand National.
Natties.
So I mean, a lot more BOA coming,
Yes,
lots and
sir.
lots more. But going on from that,
Okay. Um,
Lafayette.
can you go look at the prelims first, real quick?
Why are you so picky?
I want to point something out. So, let's look at 5A. So, we've got Henry Clay in second in their class in music. Okay. First in their class in visual by a good 1.45 points. They won GE by, they tied GE with North Hardin. and they got they got better in color guard, but they took percussion. Okay, so let's just look at 70.75 to 69.7. Okay. All right. Now we go to finals. I just wanna.
Here he's about to rant, everyone. So you're ready.
All right. Let's look at let's look at the placements. Why don't we? So what you're saying is that North Hardin went up 4 points, beat us in visual. Let's see. Uh, we still took percussion. Haha, lol. Um, and they were only zero point 0.6 behind Bourbon. Okay. And they won music. Okay. I'm not gonna say anything other than 3.5 minutes in comparison to almost the full show.
That's why up in
That's stupid.
OMEA we
That
have a
is
rule of I think
stupid.
at least 6 minutes.
That is absolutely
Every state,
stupid.
every state should have a rule where you have to have at least like 6 minutes of your show.
That's just not fair. They judged one show or one movement, and I'm gonna be
Well, maybe
honest.
it was too many movements, but I know what you
Either way,
mean.
but still, my point still stands.
That's
We
one movement
had
for us.
double Henry Clay had double their show, double the content out on the field, and still managed to drop.
That's why judging needs to be fixed.
And
Because
North Hardin rose up
you can
almost
clean a
4 points.
smaller show a lot easier.
Almost 4 points. That's sus. That is sus as all get out. Um, Peace and love. I have no I have no disrespect, no ill will towards North Hardin. I respect them as a program, as competing against them in my high school years, and they were solid. They're a solid Kentucky program. However, I don't agree with this whatsoever. That was just
Uh huh.
wow. That was honestly kind of upsetting. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, because I watched all three of the top three shows, and I could point out massive visual errors that were not present in Henry Clay, that were present in North Hardin, in terms of foot timing, in terms of posture, in terms of, and it wasn't it. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
agree with these judging results. I don't. I don't agree with it. I, Gavin, you know how I've ranted to you about KMEA, how it just, I don't know.
That's every judge circuit, man.
Oh no, but this
Doesn't
is this
matter.
is this is
Doesn't
egregious. This
matter
is
what it
no,
is.
this
Oh,
circuit
BOA
for
is the
me,
same way.
this circuit for me is more egregious than anything I have ever seen, because I have firsthand witnessed it last fall, and now this happened. Because I'll tell you what, I'm gonna say it now. I thought Henry Clay was on the short end of the stick in terms of maybe making it into finals at Louisville. I I think they've really helped themselves out this weekend. Like, I saw their show and I'm like, holy crap, that was good. They their percussion, for a drum line with two snares, one quad, and four basses. They took percussion over Bourbon, who had a full percussion, who had a full drum line, and Bourbon, Bourbon County, who is
Oh,
usually a
I know
powerhouse.
Bourbon County.
Exactly.
And
So they took it
it's
over
funny
them.
that you say that because at our home show, and it's because you said percussion, in the B and C category, we had a band take best percussion that had one snare drum in the whole percussion. That's it. They had one snare, and that one snare player beat like a whole like
Line.
percussion section.
Man, I love it. When they announced best percussion, all the
And it's just
staff at Henry
one snare
Clay,
player.
all this, I mean, even though I'm technically not a staff member at Henry Clay, they still treated me like it. Like, they still, all the kids came up to me when I showed up in the lot after their prelims run. And I was like, "Hey guys," and they all were like so happy to see me. Some of the alumni came back from last year to see the show, and they were all happy to see me. It was a great time. And the band director's like, I was like, hey, what are the odds I can come with you guys through warm up and whatnot? He's like, dude, because I technically didn't buy my ticket to the show. Um, I kind of just walked into the lot and it was like, oh, I know, screw me, right? Awful human being. I know. Sorry,
How dare you?
I didn't pay for a $10 ticket. I'm sorry. I dropped the ball. But either way, I was just like, man, I love. And I was like, hey, what are the odds I come through warm up with you? He's like, dude, come on the field with us. We don't care. We'll get you in. And because they love me over there, and I
Hopefully
was
they
like,
get the funding to have you back.
I hope they do because I'd love to go back next fall. I hope they do. I hope the school district helps them out in terms of that because I really
All
think that they're
band programs need more funding.
yes, sir.
Music is not free.
Music is not free, and there is a cost to, really being
Especially
great and
when you have
bringing.
people like Mitchell not buying the ticket. I'm
I'm
kidding.
so sorry. I am so sorry. Do I need to grovel and beg on my knees and repent? Like, is that like,
Yes,
I have sinned. I'm so sorry.
you
But
have.
I also saw Lafayette perform in exhibition. Um, so my thoughts on Lafayette as the perennial quote unquote best band in the state.
Were
I
they
didn't
mid?
like it. I didn't like it. I
Is
really
it? It
didn't.
was it? Is it the show
I think,
or is it the
well,
way they performed?
it
Because
was a
that's
little bit of
different.
both. It was a little bit of both because the knock that I have on Lafayette, like the one like massive knock I have on Lafayette is the show design. It's the
I'm
show
waiting for.
design.
I'm waiting for the word. I'm waiting for those three words.
I'm not gonna. Okay, fine, I might say it. Not yet, not yet. So
Because I know who's another band that does that.
hey. If we do it, we do it better. That's all I'm saying. Um, but either way, um, I have I have an issue with the show design. It's just not there for me. Like the show design just isn't there for me, and
What's the theme? Do you
it's
know?
called oh God, I forget. Let me look it up. Uh Lafayette
Because I'm not
band.
100% certain if I can even talk about our show, but you can find our show online. So I'm just gonna not just yet. Just
Yeah.
not until.
Well, I was gonna say Carmel's videos out there. You saw it. Um Lafayette Lafayette's show is called Objectively Subjective. Um it has like Starry Night. Their logo is kind of like a street paint with Starry Night. It's weird. Um,
It
I
sounds like
just
it could be a really good theme if it's performed right. I just
I
don't think
feel
the
like they're
title
stepping.
speaks to it.
I feel like they're stepping farther in the right direction in terms of show design. Like because last year I saw it and I was like, I'm gonna be honest, this show is not it. Like this show is called Peace of Mind, and I was just like, why is this a thing? This is not it. Um, it was a lot of it was a lot of I'm gonna say it now. It was a lot of parking work.
Hmm.
And even then, it wasn't great, in my opinion. There were a lot of inconsistencies that I saw and noticed. And I could see it. I could see the snare drummer and I could hear the snare. Oh, oh, it's Amber Alert.
Hold on, that's my work phone. Hold up.
Oh no.
Bro,
Oh no.
shut up.
Is that an Amber Alert?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's awful.
Hope
I
you
hate
guys enjoyed the Amber Alert.
I hate hearing Amber Alerts. I swear that makes my stomach.
Well, the thing is, I turn them off on my phone.
Yeah.
Like I turn the sound off because sometimes they happen in the middle of the night and it's scary. Like I'm not gonna wake up in the middle of the night and go look
And see that a
around,
child is missing. And
especially in Columbus, like this a capital city. Mm-mm.
well, not even that. It's more of I don't want to see a child missing and then have to try to go back to sleep when that's on my conscience.
Yeah,
that just
And it
doesn't.
scares the hell out of me. It
It
wakes me
scares the
up
hell
like
out of me, dude.
think like a bomb's dropping.
Like,
Like
you
it's like
know. But yeah, Lafayette. They, I just, I don't like the direction that they're. I mean, I think they're taking a step in the right direction this year in terms of show design, in terms
mhm.
of last year, in terms of upgrading over last year. However, I just, and there's also a very, Gavin, you will understand when I say Carmelistic mindset in terms of ego with Lafayette,
Mhm.
where they say, where I've
Oh, so
heard,
you don't like it when another group has it, but it's okay for you guys to have it.
well, no, no, no. I
No,
don't
no,
have
no.
the
You
ego.
just dug your own hole in that one.
Okay, there have been some people that I have known that have an ego when it comes to Carmel, but however, I am not one of those. I am not. Um, Trust me, there are worse people. There are worse people. There
You're
are
pretty
worse people.
bad. You're
Hey,
pretty bad.
incorrect. Incorrect. But it's bad. Like a couple people told me that they think Lafayette can get top five at Indy Super Regional this year. And I have nothing but respect for all programs. Peace and love. I just all I could say was okay,
I agree, peace and love, but you also gotta know what your program's limits are.
because I want
And
to
that's
just
where
point
I'm at
out
with Tarpon right now. I don't
I want
think
to point out who the heck is coming to Indy Super. Carmel, Avon,
the
Blue
Super
Springs,
Regional shouldn't even exist.
Fishers. Either way, Fishers, Castle, Brownsburg. That is six bands right there. Six bands just from Indiana that I think would definitely have a very good, decent shot at knocking off Lafayette. And that's not a knock on them. Again,
Oh,
like
so
that's
they
not
can
a
beat
knock.
Carmel? Because you said those bands have a pretty good shot.
I said
So
I'm talking about in
so
comparison.
that
In
they may beat
comparison,
they may beat Carmel.
who knows? Maybe they do. Maybe they do.
That'd be a great day.
That would not be a great day. But either way, um, I just I'm not as high on the show, especially when I heard a snare drummer dudding right in front of a drum major out of time. So
No, no, no.
if that doesn't speak leaps and bounds to me, I know. I mean, obviously it's early season, so they can, who knows? Maybe they turn everything around and fix it. But all I'm saying is I'm just not that high on them this year. Like
hmm
I still think they're gonna. I still think they're a really solid program, and congrats for them. Like in 19, where when they beat Dobbins Bennett, I was like, who the heck are they? Who are these people to knock off Dobbins Bennett in Eastern Tennessee? Um, but for me, and I know every program is their own. However, my also one of my big things I actually asked a couple people who are familiar with the program. I said, why are they not going to Louisville? I mean Loserville. I mean Louisville. Loserville. Sorry, Loserville. Let's get that one straight. L's down.
Mitchell, you're not
Um,
funny.
I'm hilarious. But either way, why are you spending so much exponentially more money to if you want to go to BOA, okay, go to BOA. Why are you
It's
spending so much?
expensive.
Right. But that's my point. When there is a regional an hour down the road in your own state where it would be a day trip where you do not have to pay for hotel rooms.
Because people want the other judge panels and the other experience of
I mean, they want to
travel
go to
for
Luxor. I
memories
understand.
and
I understand that, but personally, if it came down, and I've heard a couple things that like they're really low on funds. So that's where my question asks, because like, if they say they're low on funds, yet you're going out and spending all this money, like I get that you want to give your kids the best experience. However, you don't want to speaking from the business management point of view that I have, um, and the money, like the monetary, like handling man, like point of view. I don't think it's a smart business decision, especially when you could be jeopardizing the future of your program. and putting yourself in debt there instead of when you could A, just go to Louisville. I struggle with not saying Loserville. Um, uh, but when you could just go to Louisville and go, and you could still see where you stand with some of the best bands in the country because, dare I say it, who's going to be at Louisville? I don't know, maybe a couple national finalists and a couple former Grand National champions. Centerville, Carmel, Brownsburg, Lawrence Township. Three of those four bands have been national champions before in their history, and some very recently. Brownsburg is another band. Brownsburg is another band on the up and up that I think is going to make national finals this year. And I'm going to be honest, I think they should have last year. But that's none of my business. But I again, you would still be proving your medal and seeing where you stack up with some of these best bands in the country at Louisville. But I don't know. That's just my question. Like
I mean,
I get giving
fans
the
do what they want to do. I
no,
mean, like
they're gonna do what
people
they
can
want to do.
say it's insane for Tarpon to go
No,
to
it's not insane for Tarp.
Indianapolis
It's not insane for
because it's
Tarp to go.
far and it's probably like the most expensive for us in Texas.
Right.
Um, but speaking on
Oh, Indiana. We gotta talk about the Indiana bands.
speaking on in debt
Oh yeah,
and
that too.
loss of money, um, we are setting up like a GoFundMe. I don't know when it's going to release. It may release within a couple days after this episode. I
I
don't. I
had to
still
figure
need.
out a couple things with that. I'll let you
I
know about
still. I
that.
still need to get like some director contact. But there is a school. I won't say the name just yet. Um, they're in trouble. They are doing a lot of great things with their program. Um, they don't live in a very money populated area, I should say. So for the things they want to do, lots of money goes into it, and they're kind of drowning. So I don't.
I
We
wouldn't
don't
say
want.
drowning, but
I
they're
mean,
not
that's a
doing
lot of money,
great.
Mitchell. It's a lot
That's
of
a lot
money.
of money. That is a lot
That's
of money.
drowning. Um,
And what we don't want to see any band have to miss out on a performance
anything.
opportunity like they're getting.
And
You
that's the
know,
thing.
that they
That's a
auditioned like
whole
that they signed up to like put their name and enter like kind of like a audition process to get in and they got in, you know.
and that's the thing. You don't want to lose that experience, that
That's a once
memory,
in a lifetime
that
that's a once in a lifetime experience that you will grow up telling your kids watching when you're watching that on TV saying, "Hey, I was there. I did
and
that."
also these other great programs going as well.
Right.
You don't
That's
want to
a
miss
very
performing in
stacked
the
lineup.
same
You
thing
know.
as them. And
Yeah.
like, all things aside, we want to connect all the artists one step at a time. But we've also talked about how we want to help these programs,
Yes.
the ones that are in need, and this is going to be the first one we work with to we're gonna set up a GoFundMe. I just need to get the director's information so it all goes right to them, so I don't have to be like the middleman.
Yeah.
We don't have to be the middleman. It just goes right to them. Um, but we kind of want to help in any way possible. I know I'm gonna give some money to it
Yeah, I
just
will too.
because anything helps them,
Yeah.
and it'll probably get posted. You'll see it on the social medias if you're following all that, and I recommend you do because there's gonna be a lot of stuff about this coming out soon. And then next week we'll actually talk a little bit more about it in depth. Um, but just know, like, when this
There
does
is
come out,
something cooking. There is something in the works.
it's a lot.
No, we want
They
to do our part to help
it's a,
this program that
what is
is
it?
in
It's
need.
five figures that they need, and it's like,
As of like a week and a half ago, yes.
yeah,
We're gonna
and
see where they are at now.
yeah, we're gonna see where they're at now. But anything still helps. Obviously, donating to an organization, regardless of if they have the funds or not, is great because you never know what next year brings.
Yeah.
So as we approach next week, you'll probably see that coming out. But another change, kind of drifting off because we got enough band to talk about. We'll talk about a lot more next week. We got more shows. Probably even touch on some show choir next week because we have some fairs going on. So if any videos from those pop up. Um, so from now on, because our work schedules have changed, So the podcast from now on will not be posted at Wednesdays on 1 o'clock. It's going to be Wednesdays at 7 in the evening, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And that's just because, like, I have work in the morning. I have to go right to Licking Heights. So
I
to like
have work
post,
and
yeah.
homework and
So
exams. I got my
for
first
post,
exam on Thursday. I'm
and
gonna
so
cry.
now we're not recording the same time we used to. Recording a day before the same time, but just a day before. And the podcast is just going to go up 6 hours later, so it actually helps because some people were in school anyway. So now everyone should be home. Dinner should be fed. Watch it before you go to bed. Watch some extra videos. Watch us blabber on about music for an hour, hour and a half, 40 minutes. Who knows? But that's kind of the update. It's gonna be about 7 o'clock from now on. This week is obviously still one, but next Wednesday, as in the 28th, that should
Yes.
be 28th should be 7 o'clock Eastern time.
Lit.
So p.m. not a.m. I'm not.
No, thank you.
I'm
No, thank
working.
you.
But
I am sleeping.
I wish, but I never get that. I wake up at
Lol.
4 every day. So,
Trolled.
but yeah, that's about it today. So we'll talk a lot more about band next week. This GoFundMe will probably go out throughout the next couple days. Hopefully, we just got to get more contact with director and updates. And then next week, we're gonna start going to a new schedule with 7, just so it's easier on us and maybe even easier on you guys. But eventful weekend for band. We're gonna have another eventful week for band. I know we're cracking down over here with us, so it'll be exciting next week as well. So congratulations to all our BOA champions and all the state circuit champions. We sadly can't cover every single comp because we'd be here for days.
Yeah.
But congratulations to all our champions across and who've qualified for state, depending on how the states work circuits.
Hmm.
But congratulations, and we'll catch you all next week. So follow the website, follow all the social media so you get all this information about this high school that's in need and needs some help. Anything helps. But for now, we'll catch you all next week. Peace out.